Hello friends, Ben Ochart here, and thank you so much for tuning in. Have you ever had a power outage? It's a little bit scary. You think your fish are going to die. You feel worried, you have anxiety, and somebody sent me a product that could actually help and maybe even save our fish. Let's go ahead and get into it in this installment of Honest Product Reviews. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that sub button and that bell and that thumbs up, and that tells YouTube that something is going on here that's good, and encourages YouTube to recommend the channel to other fish keepers like you and me. That's how the channel grows, and I thank all of you that have done that in the past. It's really helped. So let's go ahead and get into it here. This is called the ALLPOWERS S300. ALLPOWERS S300. You can see it here. And I'll give you a better look at it by seeing how it's depicted on, this is the way you can see it on Amazon. I'll include a link, and this is a link to my Amazon store, and I'll include a couple links in the description below the video. But this product is very, very heavy duty, and you can see it here. It's like a small car battery, kind of built like a car battery. It's about 7.5 pounds, and to help you see what you're doing, like let's say you take this thing with you camping, you've got some nice lights that can help you to get things done. Let's say you're in a tent and you're out camping, and you've got AC and DC, and of course you've got an on-off switch, and then you've got your DC and your AC, two standard three-prong type plugins, and then you have, just as you circle it, you have just a whole variety of features. Like right here you have you've got your car lighter DC 12 volt socket right here, and then you've got some inputs here, a couple inputs, and this would be where you would plug in to charge it, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. On this side here you have a C port charger, and 3 standard USB charger ports, and then you have a DC port here. And a cool feature is you can take your cell phone. This thing is just lying there, right? It's just lying there. You can take your cell phone and just lay it on top of it, and it'll start charging. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's charging. It comes with a standard charging block, the kind you'd see with a computer or any kind of item like this. And this, of course, plugs in to that input that I showed you. And you have a standard US 2-prong plug that just plugs into the brick. And you can also charge it using solar power. Here, I'll show you. It's kind of cool, actually. You can charge it using solar power, the cigarette lighter of your vehicle. You can charge it with a USB-C port. This is here. They provide you with the charging cable, so you can plug it into a USB through the C port on the unit. And you can buy these solar panels that are extra. You can buy those and charge it using solar panels. So if you're in the middle of nowhere with no power available from any source, out camping, let's say in the wilderness, you could use those solar panels and you'd be good to go. You can charge up to, as it says here, up to 9 devices simultaneously. You can be running a fan, you can have a light on, you can have, you can see all the things here See, I can enlarge that there. So you could have some sound like music playing, a light. You could be charging a camera. You can have your AirBook or any computer, I guess. A kettle, right? Car refrigerator, up to 5 to 6 hours. iPhone 40 to 45 times, right? With one fully charged unit. A light, 7 to 8 hours. A 30-watt light. I mean, these are some pretty impressive times. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other specs. I showed you how you can charge your cell phone on it. I think that's pretty cool. If you've ever been somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, just recently I was down at a place called French Camp, which is really middle of nowhere, and be nice to have something you can just drop your phone on and charge it. And you can also control the unit using your phone. And I said USB, but it's actually your phone. So there's a downloadable app that you can acquire and then control it with the app. The ratings on Amazon look pretty strong. 4.3 is a pretty strong overall rating, and it has 75 ratings. It's a relatively new product on the market, right? But 4.3 is pretty good. And some of the ratings that I read, and you can check them out yourself, but one person was camping and used one of those CPAP machines to breathe while they're sleeping, and the unit ran it throughout the night while he was sleeping. Other folks were reporting charging computers while camping, charging phones, running a fan, things of that nature. You can go ahead and read the reviews yourself, 75 of them, and they're pretty strong. Here are some of the specs. Weighs about 7.5 pounds, and yeah, I'll attest to that. It's definitely a heavy duty, solid unit. You do curls with it, and you've got 300 watts of 300 watts is what it'll absorb, right? Take in as it's charging, but it has an output, a rated output of 500 watts. So if I have 5 items at 100 watts each, I could technically run them, even though I hear that those ratings are often exaggerated a bit. But let's say that I had 5 tanks, and I have an air stone that I want to run in 5 tanks, and each pump is a 20 watt or a 30 watt pump. That would be no strain at all on this unit, none. Just plug in a couple extension cords with multiple outlets and run your air pumps. Because in the event of a power outage, it's the lack of oxygen, the lack of surface tension breakup. That's what's going to kill your fish. They're not going to be able to get the oxygen they need unless you're coming into the fish room every hour or so and stirring up the surface, right? So you can drop an air stone in, plug it into this, and you'll be good to go. If let's say the power outage is 4 to 8 hours. We've had long power outages, 4, 5, 6 hours. Your filters should be okay. They can just stay there dormant. Beneficial bacteria will usually survive that, so you'll be okay. It's the oxygen, and with the smaller tanks, it's the heat. Like you're thinking, well, wait a minute, if I have a 1,000 watt heater or an 800 watt heater, that's going to be too much for a unit like this. But though that size heater is usually on a very large tank, which is very slow to cool down. So it's the little teeny tanks, right? Your nano tanks. Those are the ones that are going to get cold real fast. So I've got a betta tank with a 15 watt heater. That's no problem for this unit, right? I've got a 25 watt heater on a hospital tank that I'm currently running over here with an eye biter in it, a compressor and no problem for this unit, right? To plug those heaters into that extension cord. And so I like it. I like it, and I'm glad the folks over at ALLPOWERS sent me one, because I'm going to use it, and I'll run it through some paces, and then I'll do a follow-up on it and see what I think. But as of right now, I am very, very impressed with this thing. And there isn't really anything I can't plug in, whether it's C port, USB ports, your cigarette style DC 12, your 12 volts, and I can charge my phone by laying it on top. I've got light to work with if I'm in a tent, let's say, or out camping. I'm definitely going to take this with me when I go out and about. And one of the reviews I read on Amazon was, I love having this thing in my car. I get it. So there you go. ALLPOWER the ALLPOWERS S300. You can pick them up on Amazon. You can go to my store and get them. And this is the link you would follow if you wanted to pick it up at my store. And what that does, it gives a little bit of a credit to the channel. But I'll also provide a link in the description that was given to me by the person that sent it to me. I think it's the same folks. They'll still get the same. And but if you use this link that's on the screen, or if you just go to my Amazon, Amazon.com/shop/Ben Ochart, and go to my Amazon store. Anything you buy on Amazon after using that link gives a credit to the channel, doesn't increase your cost one bit. So consider doing that, and I think we've got a solid product here. I'm excited about it. For those of you who'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a member of the Garage Gang and a Patreon, and it's as little as $3 a month, and you get early releases on videos, behind-the-scenes videos, special messages from time to time. And it really helps. There are bigger memberships that get you T-shirts and mugs and sweatshirts and stuff, but it's a great way to help the channel, and I really appreciate those of you who have become Patreon members. All right, so I think that's it for me. I really appreciate you folks stopping by. Any questions, ask them in the comments below. If you've used this product, please comment below. Let me know what you think. And thank you, ALLPOWERS, and thank you, Richard Through, Pawn Guru, for suggesting they send me this unit. I think it's rock solid. I'm anxious to use it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.